long-term review of my Fiat 500e starts now. So it's been almost 12 months since I bought my Fiat 500e, and I believe I told you that I was going to record a long-term review, so let's do that. Okay, this is a 2023 model, a Fiat 500e in the La Prima trim. This is the highest tier available and comes with all the creature comforts. So let's just quickly take a walk around of the car. This is a magnificently beautiful color. It's depending on how the light strikes it, either green or blue. I guess it is clearly visible here today. Very beautiful color. It comes with 17-inch alloy wheels as standard. The tire dimensions are 205s, 45s, R17s. Beautiful rims, but a big hassle to clean them. And it has a few differences to the regular trim. And you can see another thing here, the badging here, it's beautiful. It's highlighted in blue there. It's very thick in the back, which is very beautiful on this car and looks, in my opinion, a lot better than the regular model. So let's check the interior. It is a white vegan leather. It looks beautiful, but again, a hassle to clean, especially when I'm having jeans on. So they leave stains here and I have to clean those seats pretty much regularly. And that is basically it for the walk around. It is a tiny car, it is a beautiful car, and the perfect way to ride around towns. So I bought it with 9,970 kilometers on the odometer. And now, almost 12 months later, I have a little over 14,100 kilometers. So that means that I drove it around 5,000 kilometers, which on one hand isn't very much in 1 year. But if you compared it to what I drove with my Fiat 126P, that is pretty much 3 times as much. I used my Fiat very rarely, and I drove it maybe 1,000 to 1,500 kilometers a year. So that is definitely an improvement. So what are my thoughts in general on the Fiat 500e? As I've already said, it is a small car, mostly for driving in and around towns. It has only a 42 kilowatt battery, and the range in ideal conditions with 100% charging is, according to factory, around 300 kilometers, which I don't think is possible even in the best of conditions. And I think driving on the Autobahn, driving in and around towns, so it will reach around 250 kilometers tops. I have reached it once, so I can guarantee for that. However, the problem is during the colder months, especially in winter. With the small battery and with the slightly older technology, because the car started being produced in 2020, and even though it's a 2023 model, the technique didn't change very much. The battery technology didn't change. So it is the standard from 2020. And it has its disadvantages, of course, being small, being old tech. So the range during winter is 110 kilometers. So that is pretty low. Even though I drive only short distances, that's very, very poor. And I would have to charge the car on a regular basis, and charging during the winters takes a long time. But as it is now June, it is summer, it takes maybe 20 to 25 minutes from 10% to 80%. My first and my biggest trip with the car was shortly after having bought it, and I drove to the Großglockner, which is the highest peak in Austria, and there's a very beautiful route up there. It's around 35 kilometers with very nice turns, 90 degrees turns, and elevation changes. So that was an enormously fun trip. The weather was beautiful and I enjoyed it immensely. And I drove over 600 kilometers in a day. I had to charge the car 3 times, but as I said, it was summer. It only took maybe 30 to 45 minutes each time, and it was the best possible day trip that I did with the car in the last 12 months. And currently, I'm planning on going either to the Czech Republic again, or maybe even farther to Poland, but I'm still thinking about that, so nothing is set in stone. But I think that would be an amazing trip. Of course, not for a day, maybe 2 or 3 days. And even if or when I go to Poland, of course, I will be staying there for a week or so. But that would be interesting to see how that would develop, charging wise, range wise, and I'm very actively thinking about it. So that is something that I hopefully will do over the summer. In general, I am very pleased with the car. Of course, as I said, the range in winter is very poor, but in general, I drive mostly short distances, so that doesn't bother me too much. Of course, charging the car maybe every second week in the winter is a bit boring, but it is what it is. I knew from the start this is a small car, so range was always very little. But would I buy this car again? From the wow factor, nostalgic factor, yes, of course. But I wouldn't buy it again if I had other parameters to choose from. If I were driving the cars longer distances, this would definitely be not on my list. And the price for this car is way too high. So list price from new was 42,000 euros, and that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. It is, of course, a Fiat 500, so you pay for the name, but that is definitely completely out of reach. I bought it, as I said, as a used car with 9,970 kilometers on the odometer for 26,000 euros. Still a lot of money, especially now in retrospect or in hindsight. I would have been able to purchase a car with higher range and better overall performance. But yeah, as I said, hindsight is always 2020, and I'm definitely satisfied with this car. It does whatever it needs to do for me. I drive only shorter distances, and it is a tiny car. I can find parking spaces wherever I go, and other people enjoy this car as well. As I said, it links back to the Fiat 500, and people seem to enjoy this car. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this long-term review. Of course, I didn't say anything about acceleration from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, but that's not the car to do that. Of course, it does it rather quickly in comparison to combustion engine cars, but that's not the purpose of it. It is a city car, maybe driving around the city car, and that's what it's for. And it does, as I said, everything that it needs to do for me. So I'm definitely pleased. So thank you for your attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, and by the way, let me address the elephant in the room. I'm sure you've noticed stickers on the car. Well, that was a blunder, a parking spot situation that happened recently. And yeah, I noticed it immediately, of course, that there's missing paint on the car. It's nothing serious, but still it needs to be replaced. But I haven't gotten around to do that yet. I've already talked to my insurance guy, so I hope that I will be able to sort it out quickly. And yeah, that's quite frustrating because yeah, it's stickers on the car. But you tell me, are the stickers distracting from the problem on the bumper here, or do they attract even more attention? So tell me your opinion in the comments below. Bye.